Lesson 5.7, finishing up chapter 5, inverses and relations. Sounds like it might be tricky. It's really not too bad. So, the inverse of a function can be done simply by switching x and y. So, if you are given some points, its inverse is simply switching x and y. So, let's look here. We have this relation, right? So the inverse would then be, instead of 1 comma 3, we go 3 comma 1. And instead of 6 comma 3, we have 3 comma 6, 0 comma 6, and 0 comma 1. Right? That's the inverse of a relation. Those numbers are related. We just found their inverse by switching x and y. Let f of x equal 2x plus 3. Solve y equals f of x for x. Then find the input when the output is 7. So let's take this a step at a time. Okay, we are being asked to let f of x equal 2x plus 3. Solve y equals f of x for x. So we are going to say y equals 2x plus 3. We're going to solve it for x. So we want to switch this from y equals to x equals. So we're going to work to isolate x. To do that, we would subtract the 3 away. Right? Now we're trying to get x by itself instead of y by itself. And I would divide out that 2. So x equals y minus 3 over 2. Then find the input when the output is 7. So output is y. So x equals negative 7 minus 3 over 2. I am going to solve this for x. Negative 7 minus 3 is negative 10 over 2. So x is equal to negative 5. So if you are asked to find the inverse of a function, we have 4 steps. We rewrite it as y equals. Let's go ahead and add that in there. Rewrite it as y equals. You're going to switch x and y. You're going to solve it for y. And then you're going to replace y with f to the negative 1 of x. And that's the inverse. That this to the negative 1 says inverse. That's what that means. So we are asked to find the inverse of this function, f of x equals negative 1/2 x plus 1. Okay, that's our first task, and we're going to be asked to graph them both. So step 1, rewrite it as y equals. So instead of f of x, I'm going to say y equals negative 1/2 x plus 1. Then I am going to switch x and y. X equals negative 1/2 y plus 1. I'm going to solve it back to y equals. So I'm going to subtract away that 1. And then I am going to multiply everything by a negative 2. So I'm going to get y equals negative 2x plus 2. And then my last step is to replace that y equals with that inverse function notation. So f to the negative 1 of x equals negative 2x plus 2. So my graphs then, I am going to graph my original function, f of x equals negative 1/2 plus 1. So I would start here at the y-intercept, I have a slope of negative 1/2. So it's going to come through here. So there's my f of x. And I'm going to graph my inverse here of starting at +2. It has a slope of -2. This. So this is my inverse function. Right? And I can label those out like that. Here, I'm asked to find the inverse of the function f of x equals 3x squared. No graphing required here, but y equals 3x squared. Right? I rewrote it as a y equals. I'm going to switch my x and y. Now I'm going to solve it back to y equals. So I'm going to divide away the 3. Get x over 3 equals y squared. And I would take the square root of both sides. Y equals square root of x over 3. And then I'm going to just change that to inverse function notation. Right, so those are your working out those 4 steps. So I don't feel that that's as difficult as it sounds. I don't think it's as difficult as that composition lesson that we did the day before. So get your homework done and get it turned in, please.